And psychosis can happen in many different forms and fashions. Some people only get psychosis when they are on meth. They're hearing voices, they are having auditory hallucinations, they're having certain thoughts that people are out to get them. Hello everybody, my name is Pej. I'm a drug interventionist. I specialize in helping people who are struggling with drug addiction, alcoholism, and mental health. Today we're going to talk about meth detox. And so what is meth detox? Like I can speak on this because I have experience with it. Actually, I was a meth user for on and off for 18 years. There was a 2 or 3 year break where I was using other drugs, but I was kind of anti-meth for a while, but then I got back onto it again. And so, for a person like myself who had used it for such a long, extensive amount of time, it had become a way of life. Definitely, it was what I depended on to be able to function in the everyday world. And people wonder, how does one function on this drug for so long? Well, meth would always make me very energetic. It would make me want to start a lot of projects. It would make me more artistic, so I thought. It would make me more productive in the workplace, so I thought. I mean, really, a lot of those things were happening, but a lot of times there was definitely a crash and burn event that would happen when I would use in excess. I was more of a smoker. I also ate it. I never injected it intravenously, although I knew people that did. And so, for usually when I was up for long, extensive periods of time, when I would crash, it would be like for about a day and a half, I would just sleep really, really heavily. And I wouldn't really consider it a detox because left to my own devices, as much as I would tell myself, I think I want to stop now, by the time I would kind of just sleep it off, which would be sometimes anywhere from 24 to 36 hours of solid sleep, maybe get up a couple of times to go use the restroom or eat a little something, I would be right back out to using again. And so I was an active meth user. Now, when I actually went to detox off of meth in a rehab, which was the only time that I ever really got sober from it, it wasn't as hard as a heroin detox or a fentanyl detox or an opiate detox, if you will. Methamphetamines, usually, there's a lot of, restlessness. Definitely, like when I crashed out for a long time, but I remember after a few days, there was a lot of restlessness. There was a lot of wanting to just eat a lot, wanting to kind of replenish and all of my malnourishment from all the times that I hadn't been eating. And so I was eating in excess, but there was a lot of back pain that I experienced, most definitely. And then emotionally, there was a lot of depression and anxiety, nausea, a lot of restlessness. I definitely experienced that. But I think one of the things that definitely happens to people who experience meth-induced psychosis, which can happen from doing extensive amount of meth, not just, sometimes not just an extensive amount. When somebody's sleep deprived and they haven't slept for many days and they are malnourished, their mind starts to play tricks on them. And so they will experience psychosis. And psychosis can happen in many different forms and fashions. Some people only get psychosis when they are on meth. Some people will have it for days later when they come off of meth. It lingers. Sometimes they'll have it for a few days, sometimes a few weeks, sometimes a few months, and then sometimes psychosis could be permanent, depending on the chemicals in somebody's brain, and how it affects them. I think it affects a lot of people differently. I myself personally never experienced psychosis, although I was around people that were, and I have seen a lot of people that come into get detoxed from methamphetamines, and when they are coming off of it, their psychosis will subside after a little while. Sometimes it won't. Sometimes they will still be convinced that they're hearing voices, they are having auditory hallucinations, they're having certain thoughts that people are out to get them. And so, that definitely could be a part of a meth detox, where somebody needs to kind of come back to reality. Sometimes they will be medicated by a psychiatrist or a doctor to be able to take medications to help them not go through all of the psychosis that they are enduring and encountering. So how long are meth withdrawal symptoms? Meth withdrawals usually can last, anywhere from a few days to a few weeks, depending. Depending on how long somebody's been using meth, there's a lot of sleep that needs to be caught up on. So for me personally, when I would come off of meth, sometimes I would sleep heavily for anywhere from 5 to 6 days. You have to understand, I was up for many days. And when I say up, I mean, there was times where I was up for anywhere from, 72 hours to, believe it or not, sometimes an entire week, like even 9 days. When I say that I was up the entire time, there was times when I may have sat down or been in a drive-through, for example, and been passed out behind the wheel for a second, but then I came to, and if I went back and used more meth, I was off to the races again, and I was still up for a long time. So definitely can be anywhere from 6 weeks. Physically, it can be a few days, but emotionally, definitely it could be up to a few weeks and months. So how can you relieve some of the symptoms that come with a meth detox? Definitely you want to replenish yourself nutritionally. You want to eat. You want to stay hydrated, drink a lot of water. Best is to be in a safe setting, perhaps a detox, be around medical staff that's going to be able to take care of you, people that are going to be taking your vitals, making sure that your heart rate is normal or normalizing, and that that you're not going to have a possible heart attack, or your blood pressure is level that it needs to be at. And then also you just want to be around people that are not going to make your head start to go in places where you think you might want to go out and get high again. So what happens after you quit doing meth? Do you go back? Do you normalize? Like, a lot of people think that they get shot out or they're never going to be able to have the ability to be normal again. And in reality, I believe that we as human beings, definitely people that have been addicts, they can, we're resilient. Like, we can definitely bounce back into the mainstream of life. We don't have to think that meth has ruined everything for us and we can never normalize again. So I know that one thing that happened is I was excessively eating a lot because I replaced the meth with food. This is something that you really want to pay attention to as far as diet goes, because a lot of people will start to put on a lot of weight and think that meth is the end-all be-all and answer to everything, to being able to lose weight, and that's why sometimes people will relapse and go back to doing meth again. But also, I thought that I had a bad case of meth mouth because my teeth were neglected, although I did brush in excess, but obviously I thought that the drugs that I was using, especially when I was inhaling them, smoking them, I thought that they had, kind of just annihilated my teeth, like the enamel and all that. But when I went to see a periodontist to get some work done on my teeth after I had gotten sober for a few years, she said that actually the amount of damage that was done to my teeth wasn't actually from meth. Not to say meth does not ruin people's teeth, but she said it was from smoking cigarettes in excess. So luckily I had a good physician that helped work on me and make sure that my teeth come back to normal. But other than that, I do believe that we are not supposed to be slaves to methamphetamines. If we've been a meth user in the past, and I believe if you make an absolute decision to get off of methamphetamines, you can definitely become a normal human being again. There is hope. So if you or someone you know needs help for meth addiction, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. You can call me at the phone number that's on the screen, or you can contact me in various places. I am at drug_intervention, which is on Instagram. I receive messages daily, and I would love to be able to talk to you or someone that needs help. If you have somebody that needs help, I'm here for you. So if you like this video that's based on methamphetamine detox and you want to see other videos that are in relation to this, or other videos about other drugs or addictions, check out this right here. Push the button and check us out.